Harry Saturn, it's been a crazy last few days. How you feeling?
Very worn out and tired.
Yeah, you guys, congratulations. You all ended up in the World Wrestling Federation. Was the World Wrestling Federation the only serious player in the game?
Absolutely.
Was there what kind of interest was there elsewhere?
I think a lot of people are interested, but it's kind of hard that if you can go where the best place to be, why bother going anywhere else?
Yeah. How did the other boys feel?
They all, we're all here, and this is by far the best place to be.
Hmm. What were your meetings with JR and Shane and Vince like?
What do you call it? Very productive, obviously, since we're here.
Right.
So, and everybody's happy with everything.
Everything was positive right from the get-go.
Yeah, absolutely.
What were they like to deal with?
I'm surprised at how well received like we were, and just how good we got along.
Hmm. There were a lot of reports on the internet in the last few days that the WWF was trying to lowball you guys because they felt you had your backs up against the wall. Was that true at all?
No, they were extremely professional, extremely fair, and I'm like just absolutely overwhelmed at how well this company's run and how well they treat talent.
Yeah, we're going to talk a little bit about the difference between Raw and Nitro a little bit later, but if you could talk to us a little bit about that Monday in Pittsburgh when you first met the full WWF crew, what was that like?
You know what? Every experience I've had since dealing with these guys has been pleasant. All the guys in the locker room are great. Just from the way the crew and everybody, the way they treat everybody, they treat the talent very special there.
How so? How is it
They
different?
treat you like with respect, and in WCW you're just one of the dumb wrestlers.
Hmm.
You're just a wrestler. Here you're talent. Here they appreciate you there. In WWF you're very appreciated. At least you're made to feel appreciated.
What's the difference between actually doing the television show Raw is War and doing Monday Nitro?
There's a lot more people in the building, for one. But
Both in the seats and backstage too, right?
it's just Raw's just extremely organized. I mean, just everything was organized. Everything was laid out very well. Everybody's cooperative. Um, there's one boss, so you know that you're not going to hear four different versions of what's going on.
Hmm. There's not guys that have it in for each other backstage.
No, everybody works together. It was a tremendous team atmosphere.
Yeah, anyone that ever goes there from World Championship Wrestling, the first thing they always say is, "Wow, the dressing room is so cool here."
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Just the whole atmosphere is like almost overwhelming. How good everything is there.
Hmm. You guys, I would imagine, you had a ton of things to do: new photos, interviews, all tons of new publicity. Is that all true?
Yeah, they kept as soon as we walked in the door, there's a guy waiting there for us to do photos for the cover of the Raw magazine.
Oh, so you guys are gonna be on the cover next month,
Yes.
and you guys did an interview and the whole bit.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Hey.
And I mean, they were just ready, and then we met with the announcers to give them background information, and just
Hmm.
everything is done professionally. It's from like travel to I have next week's travel already to where they take down your frequent flyer numbers and all that stuff. They enter all that in to your travel. With WCW, everything's done last minute. They don't do anything with frequent flyers or anything. It's just everything from the top to bottom. Everything was handled. I'm amazed at how professional it is and how well organized.
What were your talks with Jerry Lawler and Jim Ross like? How did you describe? Did you guys like sort of have a plan as how you wanted them to present you, or vice versa?
No, I think the Vince laid out what he wanted, and he's the boss, and you go with what he wants.
Hmm.
He has a vision and what he wants to get from everybody,
Right.
and everybody just goes along with what he wants, and he's obviously successful with it.
Oh, absolutely. Were you happy at the way they brought you guys in? I mean, there were a number of different ways they could have done it. Were you happy at the execution?
Yeah, I thought we were brought in great.
Uh-huh. Did you have any kind of input on that?
Not really. When we came there, it was laid out, and it was laid out. If it sounds like it's going to work, why even bother to try to change anything?
Right.
We got a great rub from Cactus and from Hunter.
And all of DX. I mean.
Yeah, we did, and the Outlaws. Just everything. It worked.
And JR put you guys over really strong all night long.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know?
yeah. It was just everything was done tremendously.
You guys, like you and Chris and Dean and Eddie, you must have sat around before you showed up in New York and said, this is the way we want to come in, or you guys must have had some kind of ideas as how you guys could enter the World Wrestling Federation. What kind of ideas did you guys kick around?
I don't know. We talked very similar to what they did,
Uh-huh.
and we just pretty much kind of trusted them to figure out what they thought was the best thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
So we pretty much put it in their hands, and they did a really good job.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's talk a little bit about Cactus Jack. Were you surprised they put you a cactus, first of all?
Yeah, I didn't see that coming.
Uh-huh. He his commentary is really entertaining between the Eliminators joke and asking what it was like to see people who actually paid for their tickets in the seats. You had to be happy.
Yeah, he's of course he's very entertaining, and right away it's just fun to be with him.
Yeah. Have you seen Raw yet? Have you had a chance to have a peek at it?
Bits and pieces of it.
And what'd you think?
I like it. I liked it a lot.
What was that whole day like for you guys, right from the minute you got to the arena in Pittsburgh to the...
Very tiring.
Yeah.
Very tiring, and we were just busy throughout the whole day in the anticipation of going out there. It was like an emotional roller coaster.
Mm-hmm.
And then, when we got done so late. By the time we ate, we had very early flights. I'm just worn out right now.
Right.
I haven't got much sleep over the past few days.
Well, you get a couple days off. Are you doing house shows for them this weekend?
No, I'm back on Monday. I'll be there.
Oh, that's cool. Hey, you know what? It must have been neat to go and see Triple H again. I mean, you guys trained together with Kowalski.
Yeah, I haven't seen him in a long time either. It was really good, and he's really matured as like a locker room leader, and
Mm-hmm.
just like extremely professional.
And his work is like 100 times better.
Yeah, it's
lately.
just, and it's kind of cool. You go to school with somebody, so you feel like, like I'm proud of his achievements,
Mm-hmm. No, it must have been really cool for you to see Triple H again. What were some of the other guys saying backstage? I imagine Jericho must be thrilled to death that you guys are there.
Yeah, the bunch of the guys, we got a great response from everybody, Everybody welcomed us aboard. It's just really a good team atmosphere,
Mm-hmm. Were there a lot of familiar faces for you there? Guys you've, worked with in the past?
Not necessarily. A lot of people, well, the Dudleys I know, Taz I know, but just, you meet the boys through the years,
Mm-hmm.
in airports and stuff. Just not a lot of guys I worked with, though.
Uh-huh.
But just Brian Christopher I know, Scott Taylor. So there's a bunch of guys that I've worked with and stuff, I guess. A handful I worked with, but just a bunch I've met over the years,
It's also got to be exciting to see the young crop, the next ones, the Hardy Boys, Edge, Christian, etc., etc.
Yeah, all them guys, Val Venus, Test, all them guys are wicked cool.
Yeah, well, that's cool, man. Let's talk a little bit about SmackDown last night. First of all, how's Eddie Guerrero's elbow?
I don't know yet. He got an MRI today, and his doctor will read it tomorrow. So I don't know exactly what the extent of his damage is.
Right. What exactly happened in the match?
He going into the false finish is just a freak. You'll see it on SmackDown. Just a freak thing doing the frog splash. His elbow popped out. His elbow was like where his bicep should have been. It's just unbelievable. Look at the way it looked. His arm was just like you took a straw or something and just twisted it around.
Uh-huh.
Just a freak thing. Just when he landed, I have no idea how it happened. It's just a freak accident.
Were you in the ring when it happened, or were you outside? Were you?
I was in the ring, but I didn't know what happened, and we were going into our false finishes. We had stuff, set up, and Billy was supposed to feed up, and me and Billy gonna go spill out to the floor, and he didn't feed up. I thought they forgot the spot.
Mm-hmm.
So I pull Billy up, and me and Billy spill out to the floor, and he tells me, Eddie's hurt. As soon as we get to the floor, and I'm like, fuck, I want to see what's going on. And by the time I turn around, the match was over, and I roll in, and Eddie was in. They took him to the hospital in an ambulance. You couldn't move him.
Jeez.
He was in so much pain. His arm hurt so bad you couldn't even move him. They carried him out of the ring, and put him on a stretcher and took him to the hospital.
And you guys went to the hospital with him
Yeah,
afterwards?
they put him to sleep to put his elbow back in. He didn't break anything. They x-rayed it. Nothing was broken. His elbow was dislocated. And it feels loose. The tendons and ligaments hold your joints in place. and just they said feeling his elbow feels loose, so that he could have, you know, torn. Hopefully not. Maybe just stretch some ligaments or something, you know.
Right.
Which depends. If he's just like strained his arm, it could be 3 weeks. If he tore stuff, it could be 3 months, you know, before he's back.
Earlier we spoke and you said the McMahons went to the hospital as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, Shane and Stephanie and Vince came. They were there right after we got there, and they stayed there until it was over, you know.
Wow. Class move.
Which was a surprise too, you know. I went to the hospital with Nash when Nash banged his head, and the boys went. That was it. I went when Raven broke his ribs. The boys went, and that was it, you know. So I was shocked to see, you know, not the what do you call it? Steve Lombardi went in the ambulance with him and Bruno went in the ambulance with Eddie, you know, to the hospital, and then you know, just to see not the boss, but the owners show up at the hospital is a big deal, you know.
Sure.
Makes the talent feel reassured, you know.
Feel appreciated, absolutely. So obviously that wasn't the planned finish for that match. It turned out all of the Radical guys jobbed to the DX guys. How are you guys going to handle this now?
I don't know. Vince didn't what do you call it, ruffle his feathers at all. He was don't worry about it. We'll turn a negative into a positive. We'll figure something out.
Is this somehow going to lead to a pay-per-view match?
I don't know. I'm not sure what they're going to do, you know.
Right.
The original plan we'll have to deviate from a little bit, I imagine. But I don't know, you know. And these guys, they didn't even blink an eye, you know. They're not worried about it at all. So I'm not worried about it, you know.
Oh, good. Oh, good. What have the other fans said to you about your appearance on Raw? You had a chance to talk to anyone?
I talked to a couple of my buddies liked it. I talked to somebody who I can't say who he is because he's in the WCW booking committee, but he told me that Sullivan and them was burying it, saying that we were a flop.
What?
Yes. So
obviously they didn't look at the numbers this week.
He said that we didn't. The guy told me he didn't get to see the show. He was just going on what Kevin said, and he called me to find out.
Yeah.
You know, and I told him it's sour grapes.
Yeah, probably. Well, I mean, the numbers for Nitro were horrible this week, and the numbers for New York once again. I mean.
Yeah, well, what do you call it? We didn't change the numbers for New York, though. They've been doing good for a long time.
True.
You know.
Right now,
we didn't hurt them either.
Right now, you're not going to change the numbers. I mean, New York is strong, and they're going to stay strong. But the fact that they have 4 new key members of the puzzle that are going to be there for a long time are going to keep the numbers strong.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, we'll definitely be contributing down the road. You know.
Absolutely. Hey, have you guys settled on some music yet?
No, we're like everybody gave Shane McMahon their ideas, you know, and I think they're close to getting mine and Chris's done, and Dean and Eddie's are a little bit behind us, you know, because Chris and I knew exactly what we wanted.
What did you guys use for SmackDown?
They had some generic track we used.
Right. What about the name The Radicals?
I don't think that's going to be our name. I just think that was what they were calling us that night. I don't know, though.
Was that a spur-of-the-moment thing by JR?
Yeah, because I don't think anybody came up with anything else, you know.
Right. Have you guys kicked around any names before? You guys?
We're trying, you know. We're trying to think of something that's good, something that fits. It's not easy, you know.
Yeah. Try to make it 2 syllables so the fans can chant it.
Yeah.
Perry, I know you're really tired. Thanks a lot for your time this week. We look forward to seeing you next week on WWF's Raw is War. Take care, Perry.
Yeah, and check back later in a couple days, and I'm going to update my comments, and I'll let you know what's going on with Eddie.
Hey, perfect. Thanks a lot, Perry.
All right, man.
Take care of yourself.
Fans, if you want Perry Saturn to answer your emails on this program, the address is perry@perrysaturn.com. Retransmission in whole or in part of this broadcast without the express written consent of Perry Saturn and live audio wrestling is strictly prohibited.